this. I mean, we've got a very, very special team. For him to be a major part of that, it's really, really cool. And to see him shine in on the biggest stage, under the lights tonight here at the USTA National Campus, just really, really proud of him, proud of our guys.
So Ben, for you, same question. Obviously, you came onto this team, had a lot of experience, a lot of talent, and a lot of success, haven't quite got to this stage. What does it mean for you to help get this team to have that trophy sit next to you?
I mean, this team made it so easy. We have the best support staff in the nation. We have the best strength coach, the best athletic trainers, the best coaching staff, the best head coach, the best captains. I mean, unbelievable. Like, whenever I'm out there and I'm looking down the courts and not knowing how it's gonna come out and what's gonna happen at the end of the match, it makes it so easy to just battle, knowing that every single guy out there is battling so hard. The guy next to me, Blaze McNell, is just a rock all year. I mean, the guy, he hasn't lost, and he was going to get it done tonight. And just knowing that they don't need my point, and I can just play freely and know that everyone else on the team is going to come through. It's a really good feeling to be out there with them.
So, Coach, you talked a lot about these two guys sitting over here, but talk about the middle of your lineup, which I feel like has been dominant in this tournament. Obviously, you guys dropped doubles tonight, but I feel like you probably still had a good amount of confidence going into singles.
I really did. I went through video and notes throughout the day, after a match last night, and, I looked at what we've been doing. I looked at Baylor, and I felt like we're going to have a really good chance tonight to be successful. I felt like our guys were in perfect shape physically and mentally. They were in good places from 1 to 6 in our lineup. And I felt like our doubles was really starting to take form. And so super, super confident. I had a big smile on my face after we lost the doubles point, knowing that this is going to be a fun match. It's going to be a battle now. Now we got to win 4 of these 6, but we've got the guys to do it.
And you guys have played a ton of matches at this place, whether it's the college match there and the tournament before. What's it like to have the Florida fans in the stands in a match like this?
It's incredible. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, to think, college tennis is really special. I just don't see in professional tennis the fans interact with the players and the coaches the way they do in college tennis. And the Florida fans, I mean, they came out, a lot of them drove to get here, a couple of hours. And to look up in the stands and always see that support, I mean, we were tired. I mean, our guys had to play the late session 3 days in a row, and getting to bed at 2 and 3 in the morning. That takes a lot out of your body. But after every point, to look up and see the fans and see them over the railing and just coming and just so excited, it just fed our guys with energy. I know Sam, he's just sitting there, and Duarte and Andy, it's just playing their hearts out. And there's nothing was going to stop us, but the fans had a huge part in that, for sure.
And Ben, similar to you, you don't seem like someone who really needs help with the energy on the court. You always kind of seem pretty pumped up, but what was it like playing in front of those fans?
Yeah, I think that whenever you guys have seen me pumped up, pretty much the fans have been there, even if it was just a select few. I mean, there's always been this season some people in my corner when we play in Florida. My sister has gone nuts this whole tournament for me, and she's been a huge part of the emotion that I've brought out. And I've had friends who've come from Gainesville, other athletes from the University of Florida, to come out and support, and that's amazing. I had so much family there tonight, and on his side and my mom's side, and obviously my mom, and every single one of them was a huge part of the emotion that I brought. And also my teammates, the guys on the sidelines are incredible. Lucas Greif, Brian Berdusco, Will Grant, Johannes Ingolson. During the singles, they're always in my corner. They're leaning over that fence on the number 6 court, and they're screaming their heads off, and all that together really helps me.
Awesome. We'll open up to some questions now. We'll start with Colette, and then we'll go to Arthur, and then Alex.
Hi, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brian, I think we probably talked back in 2007 when you won your last one. I'm wondering how this is different, what you learned in the space of those 14 years how kind of that informed you taking over the men's program and building that up?
Well, I think some things were confirmed, through this process, Colette. I think character matters. I think building a culture and helping guys develop their as people, number one, that matters. Being able to trust and ask others to trust you, and working hand to hand together to do something as a group, I think is pretty special. And so all those things were confirmed. And when I came to Florida, the mission was, let's try to really develop the culture and let's get the character to a place where it's something that we can be proud of, knowing that we're moving guys' lives in the right direction, that we're also helping them become better tennis players. And if we do things the right way for long enough, then good things will eventually happen. And so that's kind of been our motto, is just treat people the way you want to be treated, work hard every day, do things the right way, and try to bring in players that are going to fit your style. And we've just got high character guys on this team. I've got amazing coaches in Tanner Stump and Scott Perlman that do a lot of the heavy lifting. A lot of times everyone's looking at me, but we've got so many people, like Ben said, that do the heavy lifting. Kate Hart, our operations director, is amazing as well. So having good people around you is something that I've learned along the way, is that's so important. There's only one person in me, but if we've got a group of people and we're all working together in the same direction, great things can happen. You can do a lot more. You can impact much more. And so it's just, I'm humbled to be a part of this thing, to be the leader of the program, but to work together collaboratively with the other coaches and players and know that we're united together and everybody takes ownership in this thing.
And I guess you're the first tennis coach to ever win a women's title and a men's title. Does that kind of historic accomplishment mean anything to you?
I haven't thought about it too much, Colette. A lot of people like to ask that question as we kind of move through the tournament each year. They're like, has anyone ever done it on both sides? And I always say, I'm not sure. Because winning is great. Don't get me wrong. I love winning. I'm super, super competitive. But seeing people develop and get better, that's what it's all about. The championships, are great, and we have that. But the relationships are what really matter. And so I really focus more on the relationships than the number of wins. And by doing that, you end up getting a lot more, and you end up developing, some champions along the way, whether they win on the court or not.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks, Colette.
And Arthur, go ahead.
Hey guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Job well done. First question is for Ben. Was it a pretty straightforward decision for you to come to Florida? Did you look at any other schools? Did you consider anything else, or was it pretty much always Florida for you?
Yeah, I get this question a lot. Florida was always at the top of my list, I love the program. I love every single one of the coaches. They've been role models to me since I was 10 years old when we moved here. And I love every guy on this team. Every single guy is like a big brother to me. And I looked at Stanford. That was the one other place that I looked. And I was basically in my head thinking, we'll see if there's another place that I think would be more beneficial to me to go there, or has something that Florida doesn't. And every single place didn't have the kind of culture or the kind of support staff or the kind of energy that Florida brings, not even just in our sport, in every sport. And there's a legacy at the University of Florida that's unmatched. And those all were factors in my decision to come to the University of Florida.
And Coach, towards the end there, when it started to look pretty clear like Ben was going to close it out, you were over on court one, hanging in there with Duarte. Did you think about maybe taking a stroll, get a little closer down to the action, or you were going to stay put for
No, I definitely moved around at the end. I kind of felt the energy flowing that direction for us to be able to close it out a little bit earlier tonight. Duarte was going to take care of his business, and as a captain, I have full trust in what he does and what he brings and the competitiveness. I knew that he wasn't going away. But we had an opportunity down at the other end to close out the match, and I felt it going quickly. And Josh Guger at number 6 singles, I mean, he came through big tonight, to set us up. Obviously Sam and Andy put 2 points on the board. Josh's point made it 3, and we had 1 to go. So I wanted to be near it because I felt like Ben was going to get it done. I had the confidence that he was going to close that out tonight.
Thank you, and congrats again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Alex.
Congratulations to you both. To Arthur's question, and it's one for Ben. I've noticed it's always Scott, it's always Tanner who is on your court, and it, again, I'm just curious in retrospect, is there a
Hope.
You're muted.
Alex, you muted yourself. Yeah, we can hear you now.
awesome little rhythm for you guys? Again, I've noticed, Ben, it's always Scott, it's always Tanner on your court. Curious if there's the reason for that, and again, just your response. Is it fun to deliver this obviously for your dad?
Yeah, I mean, me and my dad know each other pretty well. He could be 6 courts away, and I get a little look from him, and I know what I just did was something I probably shouldn't have done, or something that's good, and I should probably do again. So we kind of know each other pretty well, and we don't have to be right in each other's faces all the time to know what the other's thinking or to move in the right direction in a match. I've worked really well together with every coach this year, and sometimes he's with the guys at the top of the lineup, and sometimes I'm with Coach P, sometimes I'm with Tanner, and sometimes they move around. I haven't really thought about who's with me at what time, but I just know that every coach who's with me is supporting me 100% and bringing the energy to my court.
And, again, to you, Coach Shelton, if I go back to early February, ITA kickoff weekend, you guys are knocked off by Texas. Now, obviously, in retrospect, that Texas team is Final Four, but there's a chance you're the first team to not qualify for the national indoors, then end up with a national championship. What's the journey in the months in between? What allows you to go from not qualifying for that event to having that trophy by your side now?
Well, I think everything. I think the losses help propel you forward, right? If you learn from them. The wins can as well, but, it's like that book, Pound the Stone, as we talk about. You just got to keep pounding it, and you just got to keep pounding it. And as you do that, and you do that work, and you develop the right habits, and you just keep pushing to try to get better every single day, you start to finally see some of the fruit, to the labor that you put in. And our guys, I mean, they're outstanding. I mean, we practice hard 6 days a week, every week, and we do individuals in the morning. I've got my captains and Ben and a couple others that come out for extra work consistently, not sometimes. If there's not a coach out there, they're doing it with the ball machine. They're out there hitting serves. They're out there finding ways to get better consistently. And when you got your leaders that do that consistently, and you got your youngest guy that comes out there and does that as well, it makes everyone else want to follow. And so the culture's right, and I think because of that, we continue to get better through the season, started gaining more confidence as we went through the SEC season. To go undefeated in our season, in the regular season, and through that, I mean, that's incredible. We were 12-0 again this year, and I think that says something to our competitiveness, because you don't go 12-0 without having some competitive spirit. And our guys just time and time again got through tough matches, which helped us through this tournament.
Question that you both have sort of addressed, but in a match this thin, it's the little things that make a difference. And from my perspective, this felt like a home match. Is that safe to say that it's, Coach Shelton, you won your championship in Athens while at Georgia Tech. It might have been a similar experience, but Did this feel like a home match to both of you?
Yeah, I feel like the whole week we've had so many Gator crowds in the stands. I mean, obviously there's other teams who have brought it, and we've really felt it from teams like Illinois and Baylor tonight. And they had fans from far away come to support them, and they did an incredible job. I mean, obviously we weren't loving it the whole time, but they really showed their support for their team. But our fans were incredible the whole week, unwavering. There was rain delays. We finished at 1 a.m. every single day, and they never left. After the rain delay, I go up, break point, deuce point, and there's 100 people behind my court, like, let's get the break, Ben, let's get the break. And I was just like, wow, like, it's too good.
Yeah, it certainly felt like a home match to me each night, you know, and I think, you know, there were some disadvantages to having the late session every night as far as recovery, and we certainly didn't have as much rest yesterday as Baylor did. They played their match at 2 p.m. and we played, you know, at almost 10 p.m. So, but playing under the lights and getting used to that maybe was an advantage. So, you know, we just take it as it comes and make the best of it, and I think our guys just did a great job. But having the fans and that support, it's incredible. It felt like a home match, you're right.
I thought that was a phenomenal performance.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
guys,
you.
we're going to swap out Coach and Ben with Duarte and Sam real quick, so hang tight.
All right.
You're a wizard with words.
I was expecting a cold cooler. Would have been insane.
You want to hold hands while we
On the table.
All right, so we've got Sam and Duarte here. Obviously, we've heard Coach in here all week talking about your guys' leadership and how much faith he has on you guys at number 1 and number 2. But same thing I kind of asked him, how great is it for you guys to kind of look down at the rest of this lineup and say, yeah, even if we're in a tough match, and obviously you were battling out there tonight, but like you have faith that like the guys below you are gonna get it done.
Yeah, 100%, and that's what makes our job so easy. Is that you know you're able to go out there and play freely, and you know that every single person is going to come through with the competitiveness and the high level to be able to have an opportunity to win. And you know, at the end of the day, you know that you're in a good place to get 4 points on the board some way or another. And to me, that's just so it's inspiring to just keep fighting and keep digging, keep trying to find a higher level. So I mean, all our guys are absolutely incredible.
And Sam, to you, same thing.
Yeah, I mean, after we lost the doubles point, we said in the huddle, it's only fitting that we've won so many big matches this year, dropping the doubles point, and everyone thinks that's the end of the world. But when you have 6 incredible singles players, it's not. And everyone's shown that. I don't think we've ever come out and dropped more than 2 first sets in a match. And for the guys to come out like that in that type of atmosphere, in this type of kind of situation, we've been doing it all year, and the guys did it at an even higher level. We always say we save our best for the end. We always get better as we're playing, and that's what happened this season. And we played better and better throughout this tournament.
And Duarte, you've obviously been through a lot with this team, and you've been so close a number of times. What does it mean to finally get the job done?
It means the world to me. I was telling Coach that I don't even know how to act, you know. But yeah, it just you put all this focus and attention and on hard work, and you obviously we are a very process-oriented team, so we don't talk much about big goals, but it's there in the back of your head, and it's one of the things that when Coach talks about extra work, it's one of the things driving you to do it. Is like, come on, we can do something special, and just keep working and just keep pushing, and the days that you don't want to, you keep going, and now we did it. So I mean, to me, it couldn't feel more special, because not even because of course it's a national title, it's a huge thing, but to do it with the people that we did it with, I mean, there's no words.
And Sam, this is a place you're obviously very familiar with. You played a lot of matches with Florida here, and you run last year in individuals, but training here growing up, and what's it like just playing at this facility and obviously being able to win this here in front of that crowd?
It's incredible. I felt like I was at home in the swamp. with that atmosphere that we had tonight. And yeah, I feel like I've had a lot of practice on these courts. I've played a lot of matches, I've spent a lot of hours grinding, and to have it pay off this week and to really produce for the team is something special.
We'll go to Arthur and then Alex.
You guys, congrats, great match. I just have one question for Sam. When you wrapped up the singles match, there were three, I think it was courts 2, 3, and 6 wrapped up within like a minute or two. Real quick there, once you walked off the court and kind of realized what was going on, did you think it was just a matter of time at that point once you guys had that 3-1 lead?
Yeah, I have full faith we're going to win all 6 singles every time we step on the court. And I mean, even Duarte, he's going to come back. He plays his best tennis when he's pushed against the wall. So I just picked a court and gave it my all to support them. And I knew the guys behind me were going to support the other courts and they were going to come up big. It was just who's going to take it first.
Thank you.
Alex, go ahead.
Both, the same question for both of you because you were both on the 2019 team that lost to Tennessee in the SEC championship or SEC semifinals, and then you were able to make the semifinals that year. Similar scenario this year. You guys dropped the SEC final to Tennessee. I'm curious, did that provide a little extra punch, a little extra motivation for you guys coming into NCAAs, and how did that loss perhaps help you during this run?
Yeah.
I think, I mean, you see our guys out there. I think we have enough punch and we have enough energy, and I think that loss really helped us because sometimes it's just good to lose. So a lot of things happen for a reason, and just to get that loss before the NCAAs, and kind of have 2 weeks to regroup and work really hard and use that as motivation, saying we just got beat, so we got to keep working harder. And if we see this team again, we got to be ready. And we knew the challenge we had in front of us. And yeah, just losing can be a great lesson. And that definitely, I think, in the end, was a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, playing in the SEC, every single match you have, if you don't show up with your A game, you can lose. And Tennessee is such a high caliber team. I felt like a lot of us played at a high level and they still beat us. And I think that just showed us, even with all of our success earlier in the season, going into the tournament, if we don't show up and give everything we have and bring our best level, we can lose. And I mean, I think that lit a fire under a lot of us, and we put in a great 2 weeks, and we approached every team here with the same level of energy as if we were playing in the finals. And I mean, we didn't give a team any chance to breathe throughout the whole tournament.
I was texting with Oliver Crawford throughout, and I saw Kessler in the crowd as well. What does it mean to deliver the championship, not just for your team this year, but for those guys as well, who obviously sacrificed so much for the program?
Yeah, it means everything. Those guys are a huge part of what we just did, and it's bittersweet to not be able to have them on the court with us, because guys like Oliver and McLean and even other people that I've played with that were here tonight, like Chase, Perez Blanco, and Josh Wardell, they did so much, and they kind of started this whole thing, because it doesn't happen in a year. It's been a process for years, like Coach said, recruiting the right guys, and those guys have such a huge influence on who I am and who Sam is, and it's kind of our job to keep passing on that culture, so this thing keeps moving. Those guys are amazing.
Yeah, those guys built the foundation of the men's tennis program that was out there this week competing. And without guys like McLean and Oliver and Chase and, I mean, some of the greatest Gators to play, we wouldn't be here tonight. And Coach Shelton starting the program, started coming into the program, bringing those type of guys in, those type of caliber guys, is what led to what happened tonight. It wasn't anything that happened in one season. It was a long build-up. And to do it for those guys in attendance, I mean, it's a huge honor.
Both, I swear. You guys bring back potentially everyone next season. You guys all have that extra year of eligibility. Again, if you guys are, I don't know if you guys are coming back or not, but what do you do to keep the motivation high? What do you do to not get stagnant this off season?
That's where, you know, we have Coach Shelton, who's one of the best mentors and teachers that I've come across, and I'm sure one of the best out there. And throughout my college career, he's always taught me that it's not about the results, it's about the journey. And you know, the journey didn't end here; it continues. You know, for everyone that's going to stay on the team, and for even the guys that leave, they stay on the journey and they keep working hard. So the motivation is just the same that we've had to get to this point, which is to keep getting better, you know. Each day improve on things that we can improve. Me and Sam play tomorrow, so you know, we got to get ready for that. It keeps going, and that's just how life is, and that's what Coach Shelton's taught me and instilled very deeply in my mind, is that you got to ante up every single day and just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, for me, we have 3 guys on our bench right now, in Will, Lucas, and Brian, and 2 of those guys are coming back. We have 2 great freshmen coming in. We have a great transfer coming in. I mean, my spot's not guaranteed. I feel like I need to put in the work. I need to work hard this summer. I need to go to where the competition is, and I think a lot of guys think the same way, that just because we had a great year, it doesn't mean anything's guaranteed for next year, and that's just the type of guys on our team that want to get better and see next year as a great opportunity to do something special again.
Amen.
I think your lineups are, I think you guys are going to be in the lineup next year. I'm going to say that now. Individuals start tomorrow, which is a crazy thought, or in less than 12 hours probably for both of you guys. Is that on your minds at all? What do you do in the next, you know, immediate future to get ready for that?
That's a great question, because, you know, it's the first time I've had to deal with this, but I'm just gonna try to, you know, start focusing on tomorrow. You know, I certainly enjoy tonight, and you know, talk to the coaches about what I have to do to get ready, you know, and try to do that to the best of my ability, and then come out tomorrow and compete and dig as hard as I can again, you know, and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing tomorrow. I'm playing for the Gators, and I don't want to let down the school. I want to have a good showing and represent what the program's about. But, I mean, I play at 6. I'm probably going to wake up at like 4:15. Get a bite to eat, maybe hit like 5 minutes, then play. But I'll do my best.
All adrenaline tomorrow. I love it. Well, guys, congrats to you both. Fantastic season and a well-deserved title.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks.